Come on. I think hopefully it's not gonna repeat itself like crazy. I'm hoping not, but if it does, it does. Let's see what we can do here. I think I need to activate sources though. So if you come on, say hello. I am going to just make sure that I'm signed in. I am signed in for that. I think, yep, I am. What is it doing? Oop. Okay. Let's see. It looks like I'm all. Let's make sure. Hello, hello, Belinda. How you doing? I don't know if anything's trying to get my hmm, if you can hear anything on here, it's because I'm trying to see if I'm live on here. Let's see if I say something. Hello. If it will come up on this other thing. And it does. Okay. All is well. And it's going to repeat itself like 20 times. I don't know why. Because it's through Restream. It's weird. Maybe if I don't have it like that, maybe I just take it off. I don't know. For some reason, it keeps on relaying it over there. Maybe there's something on Restream I did. I don't know. It's interesting. Is that showing up correctly? Looks kind of weird. No, it looks good, I think. Well, hello. I'm trying to see if everything looks all right. I don't know. You can let me know, or if you can't hear me or whatever. Hi, Rick and Money. How you doing? Just seeing. Yeah, it's gonna go above the chat box. It's fine. I don't care. Hi. How you doing? I don't know why, but like, um, let's see if I just take off like social stream to like not reply to this. If it, I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna go like that and see what happens. And then I'm gonna say something on here and see if it still, if TikTok does still say, I am doing well. Yeah, I won't do it now. Okay. So yeah, it was because it, let's see if I do it now. I'm doing well. Oh, wow. I'm just like full of messages on the thing there. I'll have to fix that. Let's see here. I gotta fix it now. Vertical. Okay. It's like going crazy. All right, here we go. I have to go like this. There, I fixed it. Pretty sure I fixed it. Okay. Okay, I am good. Oh, I love your hearts. Little hand hearts. Okay. Do you I think you were on last time, but I didn't give you a reading. Think you were, I don't know what happened. I don't think I did. Let's see if let's see if this, oh, it's working. Okay. No, you did. Okay. See, I like go into this whole thing and I'm like totally forget like what I did. But I can still give you a card if you want. I always forget. I'm like, I know I forgot somebody or had to leave or something. Yeah, no problem. Start you off here. Well, welcome everyone. Let's see what we can do. Okay, Allison. Sure. I'll give you a card. I'm giving one to Rack and Bunny right now. I hope I'm saying it right. Crown activation. All right. Happy Thursday. Welcome, Allison. First time, huh? Ashley. Welcome, Ashley. First time. Thanks for sharing live. All right. Rack and Bunny. Crown activation. I do like all this where it's just like opening up. I really feel like you're a lot to do with your chakras, just it, the way it's like all that um if I can get it to center on it. There we go. Nope. It's not working today. Hello. Okay. Ah. Well, it has like a radiance around it, and it really shows like it's like I feel like you do have your aura kind of further out than normal. I think you're trying to just feel around, um, like balancing it. Yeah. Well, I feel like I feel like you have it kind of more out, like you're trying to assess your situation more. Hi, see through. Good to see you too. Thanks for the heart. I appreciate it. Thank you, Ashley. So it's I feel like it's more of like your well, the crown activation, I feel like it's just really coming out more. Hi, Heather. Yeah, okay. Scooby on TikTok. It was funny. I was telling my husband, I was like, I got the shirt on, and I'm like, there's a lady that's named Scooby, and then I was like, he's like, and you have the shirt on. I'm like, oh yeah, this is funny. um, so Rack and Bunny, I do feel like it is. I feel like it's you're following your intuition more, if that makes sense. Um, I also just feel like you're just a little bit more. I feel like you're being more of an observer about things. Just kind of like putting your like when I say your aura's like out more, it makes me feel um like you're putting your feelers out and just observing and trying to assess the situation more. Oh, thank you, Ashley. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff in the background. It's my collection. So, um, so I don't know if you can take that Rack and Bunny, but I think that it's all good things. I think it's just make sure you're putting out when you have your feelers out. You have it. If you feel too much emotion like coming from other people, to like kind of bring it in a little bit, if that makes sense. Um, that way you're not feeling, like taking on other people. Try to allow the information, but not allow it to like get involve your own, like seep into you in a way. If that makes. Hi, Brenda. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. And Allison. So there you go. Rack and Bunny, thank you, and thank you guys for all the love. I really appreciate it. Hi, Bird Girl, how you doing? Nice to see you, and thank you for sharing. I love that's so nice of you guys. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys. Allison Plumley on I think you're on Facebook. You wanna oh thanks for the follow. You want a card there on, and then I think Ashley's next after that. Yeah. And then anybody else, let me know. Okay. So, Allison, I'm glad. I'm doing good, Brenda. I'm doing very good. Um, my the chat is gonna constantly repeat what you say, and I'm sorry. I have no clue why. I've been trying to figure it out, and I'm just like, well, it's so I get to see it sometimes. Um, this chat. So if you see that, it's kind of funny. It doesn't do it on Restream, but like it'll do it on ours, which is fine. Oh well. Anyway, so I am doing well. So Allison, if you are still here, I will. Yeah, I know there's two A names, so I'm trying not to confuse them. Allison, if you're still here. Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. Do angelic activations. I feel like there's been a lot of, well, how have you been since your 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 dog passed away, Allison? How you been? I hope you're doing good. Hi, Katie. No, welcome. First time here. Thank you. I know it was, it's been rough. I feel like I'm thinking about getting a puppy or just love, yeah, I love message from your boy Marley, Marley. Divine compensation. All the good you have done is blessing your pathway. When you do good, like when you do good, take loving action and share without hesitation. You build a powerful energy field that will protect and guide you on your way. All the generosity and kindness you have shared in your life is now coming back in a miraculous wave of light to lead you toward your next phase. This is the law of divine compensation. Activation. My own goodness attracts good things, opportunities, and experiences. Oh, I know. We miss them very so much. I know. I felt. I just. Like a. I felt when I connected. I was like, I'm gonna give Allison. Then I connected, and I felt the sadness, and I'm like, and then all of a sudden I remembered. I was like, oh yeah. I mean, we've just felt like. I feel like you feel him still brushing up against your arms, and um. Oh, you're getting Frenchie on Saturday, Ashley. Oh, that's cute. um. Then you got Bird Girl just got a German Shepherd puppy. Maybe Allison, you gotta start looking. Yeah, I bet you. I feel like there's like a darker, like a not black, but like a dark brown dog, like that you've seen or you're gonna see. I feel like he's gonna come into your life. I don't feel. I feel like he's young. I don't feel like he's a puppy, but I feel like he's a younger dog though. Um, I feel like you don't want to have a puppy right now. I feel like you kind of will be like, but Marley does know that you still love him. And you're thinking of a new puppy. Oh, okay. Yeah. And I think he's, I think it's the just, well, it says here, that this really resonates here for me, for you, Allison. My own goodness attracts good things, opportunities, and experiences. And I think just you whatever you going there and wherever you decide to go. I don't know in the UK if they have humane societies or how that works there, but or pounds, but I assume they do. But um I feel like you'll be attracted. There's going to be some type of just draw to that dog, and I feel like I feel like that's really, it's not something that's going to be like where feel like it's not going to be really forced. It's just going to be like, I'm going to go here today and then see what's like. Yeah, or maybe a rescue one. Yeah. But yeah, they have puppies there. I think it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be like around a year old. Um so this is the card. But I feel like Marley is like very much still around. I feel like you feel like brushes up against your arms sometimes. And I feel like it's just he's really I just feel his heart is like is always is I feel like a paw being put on your arm on your chest. I feel like just very like a like he's just trying to heal you, heal the brokenness of what what of his loss. But I feel like it's just he's there just kind of keeping. I just feel like he's keeping it. I feel like they keep us company a lot, just to be there with us. Yeah, bird girl. Yeah, I kind of keep a mental emerged list, a mental list in my head of who's next. So if I say somebody's name and then I go into readings and then I'll forget. So like if I accidentally jump over you, please let me know. But I'll put you on the list. I think it's so Allison. Thank you, Allison. And I'm excited. You got that new dog coming, and there's so many people in the chat that have new dogs. There's a bird girl and at TikTok said she's got a you lost one. I'm sorry. I think there's like, but she said, oh, you just got a German Shepherd though, but she lost her puppy, her Frenchie, 4 months ago. That's so sad. And and then there was Ashley said she's got a Frenchie on Saturday. So there's like it goes back and forth, I guess. Yeah, she was just totally not looking. It landed in her lap. That's what she said. Aw, thank you, Allison. Thank you. Well, I was so happy that you showed up. You came on. Soul sister to another. Love you. So thank you. All right. Oh, I'm glad you're doing well, though. All right. Thank you guys for all the follows and the hearts, and I appreciate it. Let's see. You found my YouTube. Yeah, you found my YouTube. See through. It's not. I have this plan, and I'm gonna I'm like I think what I'm gonna do is because I'm a very big perfectionist. I don't know if you can tell, but I am, and I'm trying to get past that. So what I'm gonna start doing is just taking video because I had this collective message, but I didn't have time before. But it was just trust yourself, and I didn't have time right before the live, but it was just like trust yourself, and there's so much emotion to that. I could make a short video and then also make a longer video. I think there's just a longer video I could like talk about that on YouTube. I think I'm gonna start doing stuff like that and not concentrate on making everything have special music or have the captions. I'm just gonna do it. So yeah, anyway, that's my little thing. Okay, Ashley, let's see what we got for you. What cards do we want to do? I don't think we're gonna do let's do the moon deck. I like the moon deck. So but yeah, I posted some on the YouTube playlists of meditations that I I have so many that I listen to, but there's certain kinds that I like. I listen to like sleep meditations all night with certain headphones, but which binaural beats and stuff like that. But I really do enjoy. I, Usually it's like a 30-minute one. I know a lot of people don't want to take 30 minutes, but it goes by fast. But so I try to find more 5 to 30-minute ones, but that was hard for me. A lot of ones that I have, so they're out there. I'm gonna add to them, and it's hard because there's a lot of like creators that I like more so than others, and so it's gonna seem like I'm just constantly putting on their stuff, but it's really I like Thigh Tribe and Michael Seeley, of course, and Tranquility with Nikki. She's good. She was a teacher of mine, so I like her. Hi, Ange. Welcome. Thank you for sharing the live, Ashley. Okay, here we go. We'll give Ashley a reading. I'll stop blabbering. But yeah, I'm gonna add more to it, and but it's exciting. It's fun to go within and just try to calm the mind, Or, all right, Ashley, collaboration brings more sweetness into my life and into my world. says the lady that's like sharing everything. Collaboration. That's what Ashley. For Ashley, it's for you. And let's see. And she's right now she's got a 14 next to her name, which I don't know what those mean, but That's my favorite number. So you're on point today, Ashley. Um, Collaboration brings more sweetness into my life and into my world. The B really sings to me. I feel like it's just like there's a humming of just life within you. I feel, Ashley. And there's just, I feel like it just, when you don't feel that hum, like inner hum, I feel like it's like, something's off. Yeah, you can. Amara, Amara Anna. I don't know if I'm saying it right. But, yes, you're saying yes, Ashley. Yeah. I feel like there is a lot of like, you have a lot of connections, but there are only certain ones that you really like. I feel just like, I don't know, just really makes me feel like the ones you really jive with are the ones that really know you, the ones that really know the true you. I mean, we could say that about, but I feel like there's a lot of like different people. You have a lot of acquaintances more so than, I feel like your mother. I don't. It was very. I feel. I don't know if I feel a woman in spirit. It feels like a mother, Ashley, but it feels like she was one to be very social herself. But then I felt like this person also, she also then closed herself off a lot after. Yeah, see through, you're on my list. Yeah, I put you on after, I think you were after Ashley, and then it was Bird Girl. So yeah. Yeah, your mom. Yeah. I feel like it's your mom in spirit. Okay. That felt like it was a mother, felt like mom. But sometimes grandmothers can, but I feel like she might have really kind of, I feel like it might have been because of her, how she got, feels like at the end something happened. I don't know if it was because, it feels like maybe it was the illness, like she just kind of like withdrew, like she wasn't feeling herself. I don't know, or mother-in-law. Yeah, maybe. I feel like it's more of like your mom though. I feel this deep connection with her. I have a deep connection with my mother-in-law more so than my mom. But I'm getting like sensation in my head. I'm feeling kind of like cloudy, like I got a headache. I do feel like that she just was in pain. Oh, your best friends. I have this over there, and I don't never show this on screen. I have this. It's from a cupcake, but I saw it and I wanted to show it to you, Ashley. So there you go. That's what I saw. And it was interesting that I just wanted to show that to you. It's like a present from spirit, I think, even though it's not like, but I don't know if that means anything to you, but it just makes me feel like she just is trying to say that you're part of her heart. And um I feel like there's just was this even more so with her, it was a where you guys could do things together, and you had like, I feel like you there were even like crafts that you kind of did you like work on crafts together, or like are you working on a craft that she was working on and you're like trying to finish it now? um oh wow. Yeah, I miss her so much. 25 years, I'm so sorry. Yeah. No, or did you do that, or is there something she was working on? I feel like there was something that she was working on that you finished, or were that you finished, you know. um maybe it'll come later that what that means, but I feel like it's like a project she had and then you decided to like complete it. Um and I can't remember, yeah. But I feel like it's something. Maybe it's not a. Did she have issues with her? Like was it a like a makes me feel like dementia or like a stroke too. Like just in my head. Um so I feel like she's been has been around you and is very much she wants to say that she's on your side. Yes, stroke, heart problems. Okay. So a lot of things. But yeah, a lot to do with the head. I feel like it was like that's why she was distant, um, wasn't herself at the end. So, um, a lot of pain. Um, I feel like there's a picture that you still have of her. I feel like there's like a feather. Do you keep feather? Well, keep like a feather around that picture or something, or it feels like there's like maybe on the frame. I don't. That's what it feels like. There's something about a picture and a feather. So I'm just gonna say that because sometimes I overthink it. But okay, I feel like it's like something she knows you have it like prominently displayed. Um, it feels like it's like one of those ones that on a desk. Not on as much on the wall, but it feels like there's like a um maybe it has the frame has a feather around it or on it or something to do with a feather in that picture. I don't know why. Maybe you see feathers and you attribute them to her, but I'm not gonna try to. I sometimes I try not to get too much in my head because you know I'll just let you analyze that. You know, sometimes they tell you stuff. Um, oh, and then see through a feather tiara. Oh, thank you, Ashley. Thank you for coming, and I really appreciate you and all the love you've shown here today. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Thank you. Okay, I think Bird Girl is next, if I'm not mistaken. And I'll leave her love with you, Ashley. Think it was Bird Girl next. And then See Through. Let's see what we got. Um, Bird Girl. Yep, I think so. Okay. Bird Girl. It's funny. I think of that that show. It was a movie called Horse Girl. That was an interesting movie. I like that. Yes, thank you, Ashley. I always think, I'm like, yes, Bird Girl, thank you. Because like sometimes I just go. And Ray from True Colors is on Twitch, I think. If you wanna, I can always read her later too if you're still on Twitch. Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, so Bird Girl, that Horse Girl movie. I don't know if you've ever seen that. It's a very interesting movie. I think it's the movie where the girl just jumps out of the car because she's sick of hearing her mom. It's kind of funny, but anyway, it's interesting. It's just kind of eccentric. All right, Bird Girl. I do see a woman, uh, in spirit, Bird Girl, and I do feel like she is like a taller woman and thinner, like thin, not thin, like too thin, but yeah, I've seen that movie. Yeah. Um, let's see. I feel like she's thin, and I feel like yeah, Kit Kat, I'll put you on. I gotta start writing this down. But yeah, Kit Kat, I'll put you down. I think see-through skirt next, and then Ray True Colors if they're on. I don't know if they're still on, but and then I think it's you, unless somebody says otherwise. Hi Nancy. Well, I can let you know, um, or ask the guides or whatever. But okay, so bird girl. So this woman in spirit. She's tall. She's slender. I feel like she's showing me like she's in her. Well, sometimes doesn't mean she passed away at this time, but it makes me feel like she did. Like her late 30s, early 40s, and I just feel sadness around that bird girl. I don't know if you can take that, but I feel sadness around it. Okay, that's interesting. We're talking about that horse girl thing, and then so this is your card, bird girl. It's curiouser and curiouser. It says discovery, inquiry, weirdness, curiosity. I feel like this card does talk about you as a person, just how you vibe with other people, just the you bring up interesting aspects to yourself, and when other people feel like there's these connections that you have that are more so because of just because you have interesting oh, you have a family member. You have family members, and I have a daughter who would be okay. Let me see if I can go in there more, but I feel like there's this card is saying that um that there's the way you connect with people is more on these like these it makes me feel like little threads of like of likeness that are wouldn't normally be like like people like football, so they have friends like it's more of like just like yeah we that you guys connect in different ways, like in a like in smaller ways, not in huger ways. It's like you connect. There's you're both like the I feel like you especially your best friends are both different, and I feel like it's just like the people you really vibe with are so different than you, but it's those little threads that do connect you and bring you. It's just that connection. Some people need bigger ones to actually stay connected with people, but you don't. You just need like a little thread. You just need that little bit, and you're able to like connect with them. That okay, interesting. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Interesting. Yeah, that's what I can't say the word, but yeah. Hi, Michelle. Good evening. So, with the with the woman in spirit, for a girl, I feel like it's she's in her 30s. I said early 40s, but later 30s, and I feel like it's like she's thinner, and I feel like she's just like I feel like there's sadness. I feel like she had issues at home younger when she was younger. She didn't really talk about um I just feel a heaviness in her heart, and I feel like she's I don't I'm not sure if it's because I feel like it a little bit of depression, but I feel like also it is because she died so young and she didn't feel like that, there's things that were happening at the time. Like I, there's were things happening at the time that were important to her that she should have looked forward to. Um yeah, okay, yeah, like it wasn't, yeah, because there's things that she was you know who I mean, and I got goosebumps because it's like she knew there was things that were happening that were coming up, and it wasn't, so there's that sadness, that I didn't feel like, I feel like the sadness wasn't because I don't feel like she took her own life though, yeah, she's looking forward to, um I feel like there was more of, um it makes me feel like an accident, like she didn't mean it for it to happen. I feel like she was in the wrong place at the wrong time type thing. I feel like I don't know if it feels like, I feel like it, more so, um feel it all on my left side. Yeah, accident. Yeah, okay. On my left side, and I feel like she wasn't, like, I'm trying to see if she was in a car, but I feel like she might have been just walking. Um I feel like my legs got kind of goosebumpy at that when I said I was just walking. I don't know why, but um I feel like she's just minding her own business. There's an aspect to this about friends though. I feel like there's a friend thing in this. Something about friends and just not being with the right people sometimes. Um so I don't think she was alone. Well, they said accent, but it was strange. Okay, yeah. I don't feel like she was alone though. I feel like she was with friends, or friends, I want to say. Um so the reason why I think it's a was an car thing is because um made me feel like she was outside, and I don't know, it just felt like, you know, okay, so I was right. Okay. All right. I was right the first time, but I felt like she was outside. Yeah. And it felt a road. So, oh, okay. Okay. There you go. All right. So, yeah, so that's why it made sense. Okay. Yeah. Well, my God. And I feel so much like that's why friends, yeah, so much sadness with that because it's like, and just anger too. I think it's not like she feels that way, but like I feel like when it, right before and when it happened, it's like, before, it's just like, why?" This is the way it ended up, and then I feel like, yeah, I that's horrible. Yeah, it's just a lot of there's a lot of love for you for keeping her alive, um memory wise. I feel like there's something, I feel like you do mention it. I feel like it's hard for some family members, but I do feel like you do mention it here and there. Um, yeah, she does. I feel like there was a lot of like, she does feel lighter knowing, yeah. I feel like it's just the upsetness about what had happened, and obviously, she felt that in you guys as well. So it's a lot of um there was sadness to that because she knew how much it hurt you guys. She's up there now. Well, I think we all have our higher self up there, and I feel like she's also already like reincarnated. I think we have parts that are still, our soul isn't. We're all fluid, and I feel like there's parts that we're still. That's why we can connect to our higher self. It's still very much connected up there. It's just, but she's reincarnated. I feel like she yeah, I feel like she has stayed within the same soul family, if that makes sense. So I feel like she has, like, you that can sense part of her energy. Sometimes we attribute it because they're you're related, you see relation, but I feel like there is like part of her that has reincarnated into the same soul family. It ties into the threads. Oh, yeah. Okay. So it all comes, the spirit does that. It all comes full circle sometimes. Yeah. Well, thank you, Bird Girl. Um, I'll leave her love with you. And I don't, I don't think it's because of your name. She just showed me a cardinal. Um, like she wanted me to give you a little cardinal. It looks weird though. It looks like a dummy cardinal, like one of those that you put up that to fake out the other cardinals. So it's not like a real one, but it looks like it's got, like a faux cardinal. I don't know, but it's red. She's showing me that, so I don't. Maybe you see those and you think of her, but yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, so she gave that to you from spirit. That's her present to you, a faux of a fake cardinal. So there you go. All right, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. That's a good example of like feeling it and like trying to like understand because I knew those things, but then it's just like trusting it and not over analyzing because it's like sometimes it's just good to go with it. So, oh, you have one on sitting on your nightstand. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, she's just telling you she's around you. Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, that's awesome. That's such, um, that's really cool. All right, bird girl. I got all like goosebumps. Okay. Only good die young, right? That's what they say. All right. See through if you are here. Oh, thank you, Lindsay, for the rose. I appreciate it. Let's see what we got. See if I can get the chat to go back on. Oh, thank you, Bird Girlie. That's so nice. You don't have to do that. That's so nice. Thank you. I just let's see if I can. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I was trying to see if I can get it back. Okay. So see through if you are here. Otherwise, Kit Kat. But let's see, or Ray True Colors if she's here. I think see through's here. See, yeah, see through's here. Nancy. Oh yeah, Nancy's here too. That's right. Nancy asked as well. So yeah, so I have see through, Kit Kat, and Nancy, or Ray True Colors if she's around. Then I'll go in there. But, all right, you're here, Nancy. Okay. If, I think see through's first, but I'll see what I can do here. I think maybe she stepped away. Let's see. She'll come back. See, Nancy. Oh, see through's here. Okay. All right, I'll just see through first. All right, then Nancy, or then then Nancy because I think Kit Kat's not here. Okay, see through. All right, I got the Trust Your Vibes Oracle cards, and I think that's what I want to use. I don't know why. I'm still looking as I'm like, and Kit Kat's here. Okay. All right. So see through Kit Kat, the Nancy. All right. Trying, guys. All right. Here we go. Oh, you want to wait? See through? Oh, you will? Oh, you want to wait? Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. All right. We'll give Nancy then. Nancy. She responded first. We'll do that. Nancy. Maybe that's why I kept on looking at the cards. Like I was like, okay. Angels and auras for Nancy. It's like I knew. Kept on looking at the cards. I don't know why. I think of Stranger Things. I'm all about the movies today, I guess. Self-employment, commitment, resourceful, confident, rewarding. This is for you, Nancy. Um, they have a on these they have like a upside down one, the reverse Uno reverse card part of it. Which is tentative, limited, timid, drudgery. I think it's like I feel like the reason why I want usually I know exactly which is which, like which one I but for you I think it's like I feel like you have a love-hate relationship with your job right now, Nancy. And when I say job, I want to say that it's not exactly it might I feel like it's like that with it's like a it's like there's two sides of a coin a lot. Um just two sides of it's like there's like parts of you that are like really like certain things, and then you can go really into this it's like you feel it, you feel the joy of it, but then there's parts where times where you don't, and it's not as much, but it's like a flip of a switch. It's like energy wise, like all of a sudden you'll just have this part where you just don't. I think it's just wanting to feel the that if it doesn't feel right sometimes, then you will attribute it to being wrong, if that makes sense. I hope you're still here, Nancy. This is for you, Nancy. I feel like you will attribute it to like the littlest thing can like make it turn. Yes, you're here. Okay. Okay. So the littlest thing can make it turn. I feel like it's like not just with like when I say your work, I feel like it's more of just like around your life. Like it also, I feel like it's a combination though. Let me just sit with this for a second. Because I feel like there's like I feel like there's times where like where you feel like when you feel happy and then all of a sudden you're like I'm crabby for no reason, and then you kind of I feel like that energy shift, and I feel like it can happen with these parts of your life, and then it can get kind of bring you down, and I don't think that's okay. I mean it's not I'm not saying that's there's anything wrong with it, but I think it's just being aware that it happens more so. I think it's knowing that it's the awareness of it that you've been having more. Feel like there's somebody in spirit that would have these like seem like they really enjoyed something, but then all of a sudden be negative to it, and I feel like um there's an aspect to that you don't want to like embody, so you kind of like struggle with it inside more. because you don't want to feel like you're complaining. Yeah. Okay. I feel like it's like a father, um, in spirit. It feels more like a uh, feels like like an older gentleman. Feels like maybe it could be a grandfather. Feels like like a definitely a man that there's something about the paper, the newspaper. Like he would get very upset with the newspaper and just with what people were saying. I know that happens a lot nowadays, but I feel like then it wasn't as much of, I think he was more opinionated. Um, he enjoyed talking about topics that um I feel like that made people kind of like well, that would make people uncomfortable now. If that makes sense. I see him at a table. He's saying that he's showing me that well, he's putting out his arms and he's saying that something about coming together as a family. I feel like there wasn't a lot of coming together as a family. And I feel like he had issues with there's like I want to say his liver or in his kidney area. I feel like it's an area right here. Um I know there's a lot there, but I feel like it was like a stomach area. I'm just trying to pinpoint like so you know who this is. Um I feel like he had a dog. And he feels like almost like a wavy like a cocker spaniel almost. Like a it's a brown dog. And I feel just like I feel like he was a one to be kind of just I don't want to say hot-headed, not hot-headed or anxious. I don't know why I want to say anxious, but like kind of like he just was really just really he was fiery about what he believed in. I don't know if you can take this man, Nancy, but I do believe he's your grandfather. Um, Father type feels like it. Grandfather. Oh, okay. 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 So yeah. So I feel like you know. So maybe you can't take him, but if you can, right, or maybe he'll come later. But I do feel like with also with the just the embodiment of what you feel sometimes with those the two sides of the coin. It's just making sure that you just don't concentrate on one side or the other and have a more of a realistic idea instead of having uh like glossing over and then all of a sudden going back and forth. So that's what I'm going to say. It's just like, it just makes sure that, I think it's because sometimes you try to just gloss over it and then go, and then something comes up and it can wreck that ideal. Not anything is ideal. So I think that's okay. Sorry, Nancy. I hope that resonated with you. It was an interesting man. You're welcome. Sometimes, maybe he feels like a, yeah, I think it's just be generous. There you go, Nancy. Okay, we're gonna let that guy go. Unless somebody else can take him, but I think Nancy. It's Nancy. All right, see through. Let's take a drink of coffee and soda here. Hi, see through. How you doing? Okay, you're doing the vibe. We're doing the vibe one. Doing the vibe one. Thank you. Okay. I'll leave is love with you, Nancy. So, seem like you really enjoyed discussions. All right, see through. Oh, pivot. Pivot. Hmm. The vine really feel like there's parts of times where you're just you feel like you're somewhere, but then you get swung over to the other side of somewhere else. I feel like it's more of like when you're doing something, you just end up, you're like, how did I get here when I was over here? Yes. I think it's just feel like for you, it's easy for you to um well, pivot, but I feel like it also just go from one thing to the next. It's not as much of a energy draw, but I feel like there's some things that you don't understand why there's some things that are okay. Most times that you're okay with doing that, but then there's times where there's um that's not the case. And you're trying to understand how you're trying to embody that more with those other like feel like things that you really feel like you need to do. Yes, yeah. um so it's like trying to figure out, well, why can I do it this here, but something else happens, it's harder. Like, I don't know, my daughter, she doesn't like it when somebody plans something the same day, you know like she's got to know a couple days or the day before, you know or if somebody cancels that day, it's it kind of throws her all off, stuff like that. It's like having the awareness of that kind of can do that to you, and just and not really not judging it as much, but just kind of going, okay, well, what what is it about that, and I think it's a healthy thing to do, but not to the point where, I don't think you do that as much, but it's just it's just knowing our own like limitations of what we really can't, why we, not sometimes it's not even a why, it just happens, and I think it's that feeling that you kind of then go, okay, I understand why that, I know this is happening, but I'm just gonna try to push past and do, feel it energetically in a different way. I think it's a lot of what we do as humans is trying to under yeah, you need to for sure, yeah. Hi, Scooby Dooby. Okay, yeah, I can get your card, Heather. Um, they want me to do a puzzle here quick. Okay. Um, what was I saying? I feel like there was like a lot of what we do, like humans do, is like really trying to just think that we should figure everything out. There's just some things we can't like understand or figure out. There's no figuring it out, you know? Sometimes you just gotta, just move on with it and go, okay, well, I know this happens, so I'm just gonna, maybe there's no like rhyme or reason, sometimes you just pick up. I think there's just so much in our environment that we pick up um energetically too that you might just that affects us, and it could be that we just really don't it's not like we can really comprehend that. So I just feel a lot of like neck stress, like just like tension. So just try to like I think there's just trying to there's been a lot more of trying to relax for you and not just do. So I think that's a good thing. Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's just being aware that you do what you can for the day and not, you can only have so much energy for it. I do feel like more calmness in about this though. There's more calmness. I feel like there's just more clarity lately. Um, I just feel like there's just like more of a sigh sometimes of like I'm breathing. I'm here. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And just want to and it's just look I feel like there's a lot of like looking at yourself and knowing that you are like I don't beautiful in the inside and out like just in the mirror like looking and going I I appreciate you type thing. It's like appreciation. And I think that's good. Um and I want to give you I don't know, there's from spirit a donut. There's like a with sprinkles on it. I don't with chocolate with sprinkles. So there you go. Oh, okay. Release grief, better thanks your daughter. Yeah. Feel like there's like yeah, that inner love is happening more so inside though too. Just feeling that. Are you wanting to connect with her more so like from spirit? Um, hearing her. Okay. Yeah. feel like she's been singing. Do you hear singing? She's, yeah, at times, yeah. Because she's in spirit. Because I feel like, I don't know if I'm understanding, but I feel like she's in spirit. She's got brown hair. It's not wavy, though. I feel like, and I feel like it's like a straighter hair. Yeah, brown hair. It's straight hair, straighter though. It's not like mine wavy. It's like straighter, and I don't. She's showing me. I don't know why she said 8. Well, she means 8 years old, but she said 8, and it made me feel like. But I feel like there was something that happened when she was 8 years old. I feel like this is like a memory of like vacation or something. There's this something that from 8. It makes me feel like there's something that was um do we have a lot of pressure in my head, and just my shoulder hurts too. I don't know why. This one. But I feel like it's not like a as much of a hurt. It's just like I feel like a pressure on it. I don't know if you feel pressure on your shoulder where she feels like she's putting her hand on your shoulder on your left side, where she's like, you know, like you feel like somebody put like kind of tapped on your shoulder sometimes. It's weird because like okay at 8, okay, because like my brain hurt. Did I say that before? Because I did feel like my brain, like something with my brain. Feel kind of lightheaded, but lightheaded. My eyes had issues. Like I had my eyes like I felt like I felt like you might have wiped her eye at one point. Like she had things like I feel like um the legs do feel kind of weird. I don't know if you can take that see through, but it just seems really interesting because I feel like my eyes. I feel like there was something. I didn't feel like I felt like you in the corner of my eye. You like there's a white like there's like some. It just felt like something was coming out of it more so than and it just felt like you would have wiped it. It didn't feel like a tear as much, but um, and then I felt when I said that with my about my eyes, my legs got kind of like got shivers down my legs. So I don't know if it was just more so just like a confirmation that what I said, but it felt like more so like a faintness. Um, she passed away like Okay, there's just a sadness around it, and it's more so like she doesn't want to. I feel like there's like a like in her. I want to say she almost got to her 20s, but I don't feel like she really like. Okay, 20. She almost got to her 20s. That's why. Okay, goosebumps with that. I feel like it's like there wasn't a growing up. I feel like she just was always like 8. you know. Um, I, I feel like there's just a irresponsibility sometimes. Uh, yeah, and I feel like I, you know, got in the wrong crowd with stuff, and I think that's where the faintness in the head comes from, and the legs being kind of funny. If that makes sense. That yeah, yeah. I feel like there's like a lot of like wanting to. There's just like self medicating, right? I think too, but I feel like there's like wanting to like give. Oh, no one accepted her. Oh, I feel like there's a lot of wanting to give her heart to you, and like take my heart. I want you to have what my heart, the love, all my love of my heart to you. I wanted to give it to you. I want to put ours together and heal each other. That's what I feel like. It's just a healing, a melting of like she wants to put. It's like she's always kind of like she always wanted to make you feel like everything was okay. I think too. You know. Yeah. I don't know. It's just yeah. You want her. Yeah. I think it's just that she just couldn't. Um. There's just so much pain like of just inside that she couldn't like feel, understand, and deal with. It wasn't like actual physical pain as like, but emotional pain, and it was just too much of it. So I think it just was too much. She couldn't, it's like her, she couldn't comprehend how to deal with it and how it was going to stop. Yeah, so sensitive. Yeah. um so it was just and the ones that are the most sensitive people look at that as a negative because, well, I think through our sensitivity we're the strongest, but when you're a kid, you're feeling all the depth of emotions, and it's hard to just trying to get through life sometimes. And you did all that you knew you could do at the time. There's a lot, I think, that she, like I said, she tried to keep from you. So I think it's just knowing that all in all, it wouldn't have been She is amazing. She is. I mean, I think just like through vulnerability, those are the strongest people. But it's hard for them to understand that in this world because to be vulnerable, it's there's a lot of people that take advantage of that, and try to squash it because she's like, I don't know, this is an older lady, but she's like, yay, I am amazing. The words don't resonate with me, but yeah, your desires are within reach. I think it's just like, yes, we are all amazing. So when she's around you, I think it's just quieting the mind and um, allowing it to see what comes through. There's some meditations in there, past loved ones, and you know, and she'll come through that way for you. Some guided meditations. There's, you know, you're welcome, see through. My heart goes out to you. That's so hard. My daughter's 22. My son's gonna be 20. So yeah, I know. And they've had hard times too. Like they're both very sensitive. So it's only it's hard when your kid is going through something, right? And all you can do is kind of like be there for them, try to cheer them on, be their cheerleader, and kind of. But there's only the world, it's hard. So my love goes to you, and she's around you. Like I said, she puts her hand on your thing. But yeah, it's something 8 years old. I think is just where she just really, like you said, it's just like I think it just a lot of the weight of the world and just internalizing things started happening, and for whatever reason, I'm not saying it's because something happened, but yeah, well, sometimes you do gotta force yourself on them. It's nothing. That's, I mean, like, my son was really. I was like, oh my gosh, like if he was in his room for a bit, I was like, all right, I gotta go up there because I don't know what's going on. Yeah, and well, that's all you can do is let them know that they care, and you can only do so much, right? So, fortunately, hi, hi, Yvonne. Oh, you're late. That's okay. I'm always late too, so no, you're fine. Your your husband passed his swallow test. That's great. You'll get feeding tube out and carry on eating. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome to know. Well, hopefully you won't. Hopefully you won't need that voice box. All right. Well, I want to give you see through a rose. Like I feel like it's not a red rose though. I feel like it's more of like a yellow. It's like a gradient of colors. It's like a mix of colors, like a yellow and pink one. Like I feel like it's like it, you know? Call it like a gradient. I don't know how you call it, but anyway. So, thank you. It's really sweet. Hi hands. Oh, everyone is yellow. Okay. Maybe is yours pink? That'd be funny because I feel like it's like a combination, like a yellow and it's like a one rose, but I feel like it's yeah. Yes. Well, she loves you. I feel like she does know how much she's in your heart. So okay, we'll let her be with you now. She just really wants to say hi. So, Kit Kat. Hi, Hands. Yeah, on YouTube, I'll give you a reading if you want. But I have Kit Kat and then Heather, Scooby. And then I can give you a reading, Hands. So, Kit Kat, here we go. Uh, let's do the Oracle of the Mermaids, Kit Kat. Oracle of the Mermaids. Love it. Yeah, I love the Oracle of the Mermaids. I got this card deck because I was at some what do they call it, like a psychic fair. I was just walking around and this lady's like, you can pull a card from any of my Oracle decks for free. So I did. I decided to do it from Oracle of the Mermaids, and the card that came, I loved it. It was this mermaid with a skull on her um shirt. I think it was like Rebel or something like that. And I was like, I gotta get that deck. So I got it. Yeah. Sure, Yvonne and Hands, I can give you some readings. Okay, let's see, I have time. Adrift. Letting go, allowing a higher force to take charge for a time. Yeah, Hands, I could give you a reading. Where are you where are you from? Panama. Wow. Well, welcome. I'm in Florida, so kind of I don't know where Panama. I'm not horrible with that. It is a pretty card, Kit Kat. Uh letting go, allowing a higher force to take charge for a time. And I feel like it's just there's like a lot of control sometimes that we try to analyze what's going to happen later on. I think it's just allowing things to just take its course, you know? Sometimes because I think we can really kind of um overanalyze what's going on. Yeah, okay, yeah. That's why I thought Panama was like 2 hours away from Florida, but yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I was saying, yeah, Panama and Florida are like the same kind of climate probably. Well, you're probably a little hotter, closer to the equator, but so Kit Kat, yeah, the adrift. I feel like it's just allowing it things you know not to go into your head and overanalyze. I think that's where things can get the intuition can get really well. That's where intuition can get clouded because usually when you have a moment of clarity, it's usually when you're not triggered or there's no like heightened things going on. You have all of a sudden this awareness, and then what we'll do is we'll take that awareness, that 4 seconds of it or whatever, we got right away, and then go, okay, and now I'm going to analyze it, and then I'm going to put all this stuff on it. So then it becomes like, well, the intuition then is now clouded with our mind. So I think it's just allowing yourself. I feel like there's a lot to do with I want to say like parenting. Kit Kat. Like I feel like you're like just trusting yourself and your own feelings of what you're doing. Um I don't want to say parent. It feels like a relationship aspect of just don't overanalyze your actions. It's okay, you know. Um oh, well, that's just expected. I think I feel that way all the time with like like you feel like you're like, oh, you get judgmental of yourself. I should have, I should really do this more. I think it's just being present with the moment and feeling how you feel with that love between the two of I believe it's with kids. It's just like just not worrying about like, oh, they always say you're never gonna get this time back. Well, yeah, we're not gonna get a lot of time back. Like, I mean, that's not really helping anything, right? So, it's just putting more of this pressure on people, and it's like just a lot, just yeah, it's just being present and just and knowing that you're human and you make mistakes. You know, like I tell my kids, I'm not God. I make mistakes, and my son, my third kid, he tell well, my other two would be like, "No, mom, you're great. I love you. Like you could do." I'm like, "No, really, and then my third son be like, "Yeah, you do." Like I'm like, "Thanks." Like he just, but I'm like, I'm gonna mess up. I'm not perfect, and that's okay. It teaches them to know that we're human, and we're not gods. Oh, yeah, Caesar likes that. Yeah, he's 12, and he's just so funny. He's like, "Yeah, you do. You always mess up on words. You say go put it in the dishwasher, you say go put it in the microwave when you mean the dishwasher." I always mess up on my words. um, so, but he's funny. But he's like, yeah. I think it's good to be. They do that to you all the time too. Yeah. I don't know. I have this thing where I'll call them like all the different names. Like I Valerie, Evan, and my other son's Calvin, and so I call him Evan, and then he'd be like, "I'm not Evan." I'm like, "I know," but like I'll like go through all the names. I have too many, and then I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I know," and then it's just because I'm not. It's just my brain's on automatic. I think sometimes like I'll be like, yeah, I'll say dishwasher or my washing machine or I don't know, just always something. Um, it does make some funny content. They do have a lot of different things they mention that I've said, and they think it's hilarious. Like, remember when Mom said this? Like I said, uh, did you enjoy your Walmart with cheese? I don't know why I said that, but it was because Walmart was in front of me, and I was seeing Walmart, and then I instead of saying Whopper with cheese, I said Walmart with cheese, and they think that's so funny. They think it's hilarious. So I entertain people. Your mom did that all the time when were 7 of us. Yeah, I bet you she did 7. I can't imagine. Like my parents would visit, and I'd be calling like there'd be even more names in my memory bank. I'd be like, Dad, Mom, it's like crazy. All right, but yeah, okay. So I think it's just we and it's hard to like put that, but when at the end of the day, as long as you're just being present and you're there and you're that that's all that matters. Because it's I think it was Maya Angelou. I say her name wrong probably, but the saying is it's not the things you say, but how you made people feel. That's kind of you know it's not the words that are spoken, but it's the how you made them feel at the time that matter, and that really sings to me a lot. Like I mean, like it's being present, it's being there and being because like when if you're not and having the energy to do that and allowing yourself give yourself space if you feel like you're not being present enough. It's because you're not taking time for yourself to just have a breather. um, Sometimes that your energy can get sucked up and then you don't have enough time for your kids, so you know it's good to just take a break or whatever. But yeah, well, I didn't have anybody come from spirit for you, Kit Kat, but there you go. That's fun. All right, I'll their love for you. I think, I'm sure there's the feeling of that is generational. Usually it's like, you do feel, like or, the way you felt as a child, you want to make sure that they're felt special and have this connection, it's very special to you. And I think that goes a long, as long as you're harnessing that energy, you're not going to go wrong, you know. So, yeah. You're welcome, Kit Kat. It's like people who hear to rather than listen to what's being said. Yeah, Yvonne, yeah, that's right. People hear, yeah. Yeah, that's right. They're just listening, waiting for their turn to speak, and then not really listening to what you're saying. Yeah. It happens in arguments a lot. I've read somebody had, I think it was Jordan Peterson, you know, some people like him, some people don't, but he said something very interesting. He said when you're in a conversation with somebody, it's good and you have differing opinions. It's good for that once that person gives their thing, you have to then recite it in your own words back to them what their opinion is or what their issue is, right? And that way then they have to tell you, yeah, you got it right, and then you could, because then you're saying it in your own words. It's proving that you actually paying attention, right? And then they say, yeah, that's how what I'm feeling, and then you tell them your side, and then they have to repeat it back to you in their own words, and then you say, yeah, that's exactly right. So that it makes you have to listen, and then you're not getting out of your own head about, because you're always just during those arguments or discussions or whatever, you're always just formulating your own like view, like I'm gonna say this now, and then you're not really listening to what they're saying, and I think that is good. I think that's amazing advice, just to hear that and to know that, because you're having to tell them back, so it makes you have to listen. And they have to get it right, like like, no, I meant this, so they have to be like, okay, then, okay, I understand, you mean this and this, like, yeah, that's right, and they have to agree that you said it correctly back to them. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, I thought that was like genius, because it's like there is so much where we just our perception of what's happening is so clouded that no matter what somebody's saying, they'll just keep on saying the same thing over, and then it's like and then all of a sudden they finally listen, and they go, oh, and then it's like a whole hour's gone past, and then you're like, if you just want to listen, and that it was a misunderstanding, sometimes. Hi, Julia. Sure, I got some people in line right yet, so I think I'm gonna go to Scooby, and then Hands, and then I think it'll be you, Julia. So I will if I got that wrong. Oh no, wait, it's Hands, then Yvonne, and then Julia. So okay, so that's what it is. Okay, so Scooby, who's Heather. Let's you gotta get a card here. Um, well, I'm going way over here, but that's what I'm doing. The magic of you. Let's do this one, Scooby. She's here. Oh, you're welcome, Julia. Okay. It's an interesting picture. She's got like a moth on her face, I think. But it says, Boo-ho, transform the way you see. It's like oh, those are like, I don't think those are moth. That's not a moth. It's like some type of weird plant, because they're around her right there on the picture. I think there's one right here. Um, She's like, okay. That's an interesting one, huh? All right, let's give you a let's- I think there's just well, it's kind of straightforward. It's just more of just seeing the synchronicities of what's happening. I think there's just being more connected and present with day to day. I think it's hard because there's a lot going on. I feel like um I feel like there's a lot of distractions. So it's hard. So I think it's doing being able to just it's like sometimes you're just like all of a sudden able to like look somewhere you have an inkling that has meaning, or you're meant to look that way or see something. And I feel like it's just that different point of view that you're now kind of like, I don't know, like I'll like not normally when I'm driving, all of a sudden I'll be like, I don't normally look at license plates, but I'll look at it. It's been crazy lately. Okay, yeah, I feel like this is synchronicities that way. Also, I don't look at license plates all the time, but when I do, also I'm like, it has like a weird, like it'll be like I'll be like, oh, again, how many no, fours are in license plates. I don't know. It's just really weird. It happens a lot. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're seeing it more, and it's just seeing things differently, and the synchronicities that are happening. So yeah, and then it really sings to this too. Forget who you are, because like once you start seeing that stuff, see again 41. Okay, God. So like like that's my number 14 backwards. But once you start seeing that, it's like there's this other like awareness of what's really happening, and it's like it's not like the other things that normally would have been like kind of like don't feel as big anymore, you know? And they kind of feel like you feel like there's this other part of just reality and how things are work, and you're like, okay, there's just it just feels, I don't know, less lone I don't want to say lonely, but kind of, just you feel more connected to things. And just those other parts of like life, it's like all that just feel kind of heavy and just don't matter. Like, why are we doing this sometimes, like, not saying like in a negative way. I mean, like, I just feel like there's this energy to it that people like to go down these uh like, what, in the grand scheme of things, why does it matter sometimes, um things just love and connection, and then yeah, yeah, it's just love and connection. I feel like it's um it just feels better. It just feels the way it should be. It's a flow to it. There's a natural to it. It's not trying to force something. It's not trying to make somebody else believe something else, or um being wrapped up in something that is you're wrapped, not being wrapped up. It's like that people are wrapped up in things that don't really matter sometimes, and it's like you don't want to say that, but at the same time it's their journey to like go through it, and it's hard, um because you feel like, oh, you could be so much happier if you didn't like make that about you. It's not, you know It's kind of sad, but I think there's just so much to say um about you as a person and how you feel um about yourself, and that the caring way that you've been that you've mothered yourself, and how you've come away from a lot. I feel like there's so much, like, I want to say, like, groundwork that had to be done, that you understand there's the heaviness of things can be so much worse than the ones that other people make up already. So it's like getting understanding that. And I I feel like there's so much of a phoenix out of the ashes for you, of growth, and understanding of who you are, that it's become empowering in itself. I feel like you're starting to feel a little bit of that, but it's more so like the empowering of it is more so felt, and it's like you're it's it's energizing, and I feel like I feel very excited for you that you are just coming into your, you have come into your own. It's just that you just are now feeling it more so. Oh, autumn love, thank you. Yeah. Oh, thank you. See through it. Appreciate it. My gosh. Just give me all those things. That's nice of you. Thank you, see through. So I'm you are. Yeah, you are, Heather, and I'm really, really, I feel it's energizing. It feels like and I feel like there's just so much that you can, do with that. That's I just no, I'm not saying you have to, like, go do TED Talks or anything, but I feel like there's just a feeling of commute, being able to hold it in a different way, and I feel that's a good thing. And yeah, I think it's well, I just see you very empowered. So I want to give you the weirdest thing. I want to give you a tire. I don't know why. Like a car tire. So stupid. I don't know. Anyway, it was a car tire. It I hopefully you don't get a flat, but I'm just saying, I'm giving you a car tire. I feel like it's just like more of like just the wheel of life, just like, like the wheel of fortune and good fortune, like the tarot card type thing, maybe. It feels like that, but it was like more of a, yeah. Okay. So, oh, I feel like it's just like a, yeah. I just the journey goes on. So there you go, Heather. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you. It's always nice. See you on the live. Okay. Who did I say next? Did I give? All right. I said hands, right? Of Hans. He's on YouTube, I think. From Panama. 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 I'm gonna sing now. Panama. see what I can do for hands. Or it will be Yvonne. I think Hands is here. Hands, hey Hands. We'll do the Sacred Forest Oracle. Yes, thanks. Okay. Sacred Forest Oracle. And then I think it's after Hands is Yvonne and then Julia. Okay. Ooh, toadstools. All right. Growth. See, this is what they do. 44. That's fine. Okay. Okay, so I don't know if I could. Yeah, okay. Do you know there's some people like can I word this? Let's run. Yeah, okay. Um well, there's like mushrooms on there. I don't know if you've there's some people like to take like little doses of that. I don't know if you've for some reason um that can help the brain, not promoting anything. I'm just saying some people do that. But that's what made me think of this in this card. There's just a feeling of um connecting with your feelings and seeing where that takes you. I feel like there's a lot of like meditation you've been doing a lot of like, well, they say growth, but which I do believe there is, but I feel like it was more so of a lot of like in-depth like journeys. I feel like more so of like just the meditation type journeys of understanding where just more so like your soul is gone or done, and what your purpose is. I feel like you've been really dipping into a lot of different spheres of consciousness, and if that makes sense. um I feel like you've done this meditation. If you haven't, I feel like this is what you should be doing. I feel like it's to like center yourself. There's a centering of self and of understanding, and um there's a woman in spirit, and I feel like she's very, like, she feels like a mom. Sometimes grandmothers can feel like moms, but I feel like she's like, yeah, she feels like a mom. Feels like a grandma though. I'm gonna say grandma. Could be both. Grandma. She's a grandma. I feel like she's telling me like 56, and I'm assuming that's her age. So it feels like 56. Yeah, grandmother, 56. Um, I feel like the age of 56 something happened, like her husband passed away. I feel like she would have been like more close to you guys then. Like you were had to take care of her. I feel like then you're like around 74 is when she passed. I feel like she's like more of like older age. I don't feel like it was as much of an illness though. And I feel like, well, I feel like she liked I feel like she and your mom, I feel a connection, but I don't feel like it's like a older, yes. Okay. Yeah. I don't feel like she's was I feel like there's a connection between you, her mom, and your mom and her, but I don't feel like there's a lot of. I'm not saying that they weren't. I just don't feel like they were very close. I feel like there was kind of like some tension there, and I feel like it's just the way they both like having two women combating for I feel like this is your dad's mom. Oh, thank you, Scooby. That's nice. Yeah, correct. Okay. Yeah, and I feel like she's like I just feel like, like they're trying to both be the mother or, take care of the household or him or is like yeah, and I feel like it's just I just keep on going like not like they fall, like that. But I feel like she was very opinionated. I think it's just and she's kind of like just saying like this is just the way of it wasn't anything your mom did. It was more of like just the way she knew how to interact as a woman. Not your mom, but her, your grandmother. It's like that's how she, it's just like kind of how she embodied. Um, she just felt like she, there is now, well, there she's in spirit, and so it wasn't fair to your mom. Um, the headache that happened. I feel like the tears that were cried were unnecessary. So it was just too much. It would just cause too much drama for no apparent reason. Sometimes it's just because they want to egos. But yeah. Um, I just feel like you weren't really as much. You just knew what was happening more so from your mom's side, and I feel like your dad would have been more of a mama's not a mama's boy, but kind of, like, it's my mom, get along. And she's saying she's very thankful for everything at the end because I do think I mean, like I said, I feel like she passed away just from old age. And I feel like as much as there was issues, your mom was able to put all that aside in the end and just treat her with the respect that and and there's just a compassion for that you know um okay. It's just knowing that sometimes just even people that treat us that way can, and I don't feel like your mom felt obligated. Felt like she did want to have that connection. Yeah, she was there every night. Yeah. And I don't feel like your mom had felt like an obligation. I feel like she wanted that connection with her. I feel like there was so much like to say about it because I feel like there was it's like she was looking to her for that connection and it's like she couldn't give it to her that way. And I feel like something to do with her mom. Like her mom had passed away young. So I feel like it's she's sorry she couldn't give that to her but in this life, but I feel like there's a connection that your mom has now where she's able to be, have that female connection. um that she was, like in her own, not from a mother as much, but with her own, be like it's a sister, like her daughter-in-law or something, um yeah. I want to give you like a very colorful hat. I don't know. I know you said you're in Central America, but it was like a sombrero, but it's like all different colors, like a patchwork of like different colors on it. Though it's not a regular sombrero. It's like showing me like a patchwork of yellows and blues and all this that make up a. It looks like it's ceramic though, like it's a ceramic like hat. Um, might be on a figure, but it looks like it's over big hat on this, so like a figurine, and I it's showing me that, and I want to just give it. Can she give me any alphabet, Beth? What do you mean? I don't know what that means. Oh, it's a scarf. Oh, it's a scarf. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Yeah, it feels like a. Oh, is that what that? Oh, okay. Instead of it's not a hat, it's a scarf. Like it's just overtly big and around. Maybe that's why it. Scraff? I don't know what you said. No, scraff. I don't know what you mean. Looks like a hat. Um, I do feel like there's like um back problems, and I feel like that's more with you though. Oh, my mom and her from. Oh, really? Oh, okay. You brought her from the Florida airport. Okay, maybe that's where. Yeah, interesting. It's really cool. That's where you brought her. You brought her there from there, huh? Yeah, I feel like a back issues. I don't know if that's with you, but I feel like it's more due to like just stress and just the way you um your position, sometimes, All right, hands. Well, thank you for coming and waiting for your reading. Yes, okay. Yeah. And, I'll leave her love with you. I think she just wants to say that, she appreciates your mom and she wished they could have had a better, you have that. Yeah. A little pain. Yeah, I think it's more stress and just the way you kind of like hold yourself sometimes when you're and but I think just, she's appreciative of all you, you guys taking her in and yeah, on your shoulder too. Yeah. Mhm. Oh, you're welcome, Hans. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you and thank you for waiting and sharing your grandmother with me. She's there's a lot of healing through that, I think. It's knowing that, she couldn't do that for her then, but under, that understanding that comes with, passing is kind of sad that, it's when that happens, but it's knowing that, also your mom can have that clarity of that too. You're welcome. Thank you. Hmm. Enjoy it's gonna get cooler in Panama pretty soon, right? I don't know, it doesn't as cool as over here, but at least it'll get not be so hot, right? Thank you. All right. So I think we have Yvonne. Yvonne, are you still here, hon? Yvonne. 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 And then we got Julia, and then I think then we'll call it a night. Let's see. We'll do the goddess oracle for Yvonne. She's here. She's here. Yvonne is here. I feel like there's been, I know you said about the feeding tube. I feel like there's a lighterness to the house a little bit. Just feels less well, heavy. It just just the energy in the house feels better where you're at. And I feel like you can breathe a little bit. Like you're just like, all right, some progress, right? Um, it's always good. Just, you wanting to keep that momentum is the key and not, I feel like there's oh man, you got two. Not, like not worrying about the other shoe to drop. Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, they do. They take a while to come through. Yeah, much later. Yeah. And I think it's just not worrying about like what's just allowing yourself to enjoy that and not worrying about what's going to happen later on and um getting too wrapped up into it because then it's like there's plenty of time for that, um so you got two. You got sensitivity, white Terra. You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. Uh, that's what White Terra says. And then there's Guinevere. I think I said that right. True love. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. Yes, light at the end of the tunnel, definitely. I feel like these two go hand in hand. Like it just you have feel like there's a lately I mean there's just like for whatever reason, I don't know, we always equate it to like I don't know the monthly cycle, but I'm got premenopause. But I think it's just like when you have that, like, um sometimes you just get more teary and more sensitive, and yeah, bring it on. And I think it's just knowing that some things are going to maybe hit closer to your heart at that time, and cause, and more normally they wouldn't. um oh, thank you, Scooby. I don't know if you just sent that or not. Thank you. um oh, sure, Kane, I can put you in. I Yvonne, and then Julia. Julia's still here, and then you can come in. I'll give you a reading. So, Yvonne, I think, it's like, I feel like with this, I think there's a lot. Yeah, you're very sensitive. I feel like a little bit more lately. I think there's just like things that are pulling at your heartstrings a little bit more. That's okay. And I feel like there's like, you know, um I feel like with the true love thing, I feel like there's an aspect to, um things that have been happening in the last week or two. And I feel like that with your husband, I feel like you're just kind of looking at, there's like, you're holding him in a more of a, um I feel like, like love can, like, come, no, I don't want to say come and go, come on. But it's like more of like, like there's things that are happening and you're like, it's just can put stress on, and then you don't feel that connection as much. And I feel like lately there's been a little bit more of it. Well, you're welcome, Kane. Um appreciate everybody being here. So, oh, and Julie's still here. So I feel like it's just, feeling more connected to him in that, like, husband wife aspect. And I think it's because of, that, of just, well, I feel like it's more of just him kind of stepping up a little bit, and it's helping. You know what you I mean. Okay, yeah. um so it's I'm just feel happy for you to feel that, because you should feel that love, and, you know and you deserve it. And there is that, like, heart soul connection you have. um yeah, it's just wanting to, him to understand it too. And I feel like it's coming. I mean, it's always gonna be something. I'm not saying anything's gonna happen, but there's always gonna be some, like, it's a process. It's a process. Just trust yourself. And, um feel like you've also, like, I feel like you've really, like, had connections with other people lately, like, that are you're developing. And it's like you're really, becoming more independent too, in in a different aspect than you had when you first met each other. So I feel like it's a combination of that that's really kind of bringing this more of a powerful, ness to yourself. Yeah, he pulls up walls to protect. Yeah, but I feel like there's, when he does allow, it's good. You know, I feel like you're it's like, I feel like your dad. I think your dad in spirit was I feel like he would have been one to do that, to put up walls. He doesn't want to show it. Yeah, yeah. Well, I think it's, the way of the masculine. Sometimes they don't. I feel like that's showing vulnerability and looking, yeah, like they're not strong enough. Yeah, your dad. Yeah, I feel like as your dad used to be that way, and I feel like it. I feel like he would have been one too. I feel like he would be more apt to goof around about things and not be serious about things. I don't know. I feel like he would have been. Yeah, he didn't say a lot. I don't think he would have like brought up like the negatives, like the deep, like vulnerable stuff. I think he would be more apt to like kind of just not, like pay attention to it. Yeah. Oh, he's ex army. Yeah. Okay. Stiff upper lip. Just feel like he would have been more apt to like not do it and then kind of like instead. I don't know why. I feel like I don't. He would have been more of a like not talk about it, but also be more apt to like just. So I don't know if this is your dad, but I feel like it would be more apt to like kind of joke about something else and not like even pay attention to whatever. But they are very, yeah, okay. They're very similar. Yeah. Yeah, I do feel like there's that aspect of a like he's a pillar, like your dad. It's just like the feeling of him as a pillar of just not, like, but he's a solid foundation of what your family needed at the time, I guess. Okay, to a T, yeah, okay. And I feel like there's an aspect to that. I think it's sometimes like I know that for me, as my husband, he's very much I the way I grew up in a household that was very volatile. I, you know, well, when my mom was home, and I somehow didn't get a partner. I didn't go for a partner like my mom. I didn't. Some people do, but I went for somebody that was like my dad, who was very stable and very like was like, was not gonna like, because I my emotions, I would, if I were to have somebody that was unstable, I would be, I need somebody that's gonna not take me through emotional like valleys and stuff. Oh, your dad was a drinker before you were born. Yeah, yeah. Well, but so like that's why I had that. So it's like a stability, emotional stability. I feel like he was that, but I feel in an aspect of not showing anything, you know, like we're not gonna we're not gonna entertain it, but that's not a good thing because then you're doing something else to deal with it, right? So there's got to be there's got to be something, my dad had was the stability. He couldn't drink at all because my grandpa was an alcoholic, and he went into the nursing home so early because yeah, it was so bad. But so my dad went the other way and didn't do any of it. But it was like, you know, he smoked. And he smoked. I mean, there's things the way they, you gotta make sure when you're being that stability and you're trying to not hold it, hold those emotions. It's good to figure out that you're doing it in a healthy way. Releasing it, not, you know, yeah. Ah, it's hard. I think I do feel like there is like a glimmer of light in the tunnel though for your husband, and I feel like he's got the awareness. He's trying, you know. So yeah, your dad smoked like a chimney. My dad too. Yeah, yeah. That's why he passed passed away of lung cancer. You know, my dad did. Um, so at 60, you you're holding all that for it's not wanting to feel it. I feel like my husband is gone through he doesn't have that charge, type stuff, but he we all have things, but I think it's going through those feelings. He goes through the feelings. Well, he has to because he lives with me. So, yeah. So he's getting it. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of ill health. Mm. Wow, 62. Wow. Yeah, so my dad was 60. So yeah, I feel like that's why I felt a connection there. I think there is that's why it's good that, there's like that yin and yang is to pull that out of them, like we're doing. Yeah. That yin and yang that really is good to, you know, pull that out of them. I feel like it's. So they have to feel it, like they get to thank us for that. Yay. So I'll leave his love with you. I feel like I can definitely feel that stoicness from him, and that like a pillar. He's just like a pillar, Like my dad would feel things, and I'm not saying your dad wouldn't, but like my dad, what I'm trying to say is he, he would cry. My dad in front of me. Oh my goodness, you were 21 when he died. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I was 38. He was 38. Yeah. But I feel like he would feel it, but I feel like there's just so much, you never know you know, there's a lot that people are carrying sometimes. I think that's also just generational that we are constantly, well, we have our DNA in ourselves, so it's like we're constantly trying to heal it, I think. Aw. I did feel like you had, it's always the daughter, you know, father daughter connection, it's a bond that, you know, when you have that father daughter love, it's so special. I think it's just like mother son, thing. So, well, I'll leave his love with you. Wow, 100. Wow. Yeah, would have been 100. Ah, never know. My great grandfather almost made it. I don't know I think he was like 94. Yeah, I mean, like I had one of my kids. I think I had two kids were alive when he passed. Two kids were born. Whatever. They're alive. They're still alive, but yeah. Anyway. All right, I'll leave his love with you, and I do feel like he's. I don't know. I always feel your mom, but all right, Julia, Yvonne, thank you. Thanks for coming. Always love hearing from your spirit team. They got your back for sure. Okay, and Julia. Trying to think. Should we do fairies? Fairies. Aw, much love to you too. Appreciate. God. Oh, fairies. This one here. Yep. Got fairies. All right. had something to drink. All right. Julia, I feel like a friend in spirit. Feels like a friend in spirit. Feels like it's up. From school. Would have been a girl. Oh, sweet dreams, Yvonne. It's late there. Yeah. Um, sleep good. Julia found like a woman. Feels like a friend in spirit. Feels like you would have known her in high school. It was like high school. When I said high school, then she said 20s. Like maybe you met more so in your 20s or became better friends in your 20s. I feel like she gave me the she gave me 52 and just the number 52. I feel like maybe she passed away then, at age 52. I feel like there's I don't unless I'm getting a couple people, but I feel like there was like not a lot of connection after a while. It's like it was like just kind of like a touchstone of you have no idea. Okay. Like I feel like there's this I feel like okay, so maybe it's not I just feel like she's showing me like friends. I feel like you're friends and then I feel like there's like a 20s like in her like something about her 20s. Okay. Is this okay? Did you? I feel like this is a woman in spirit. I feel like maybe she's not your friend. Maybe if, I'm feeling like she married her friend in her 20s. Is this your mom? And she passed away. Something happened when she was 52. I feel like there's like a she's showing me a lifespan of of stuff. A life, like her life. Um, and I'll let you sit on that. I don't know. That just so it feels like I feel like I'm looking at somebody's life of, and she passed away around the age in their 50s. You know, some, I feel like it would have your mom feels like a woman. Feels like a feels, but I feel like there's like wasn't a lot of connection between the two of you though. I don't. Maybe it's not your mom because it does feel like it's like a. I'm not. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't feel. That's all I feel. So it's like. So I'm just gonna give that to you. And maybe you can make out of it what you can, but maybe it'll come to you later. But I don't feel like I feel like it was more like she and you didn't weren't really connected. I'm feeling like there's touchstones of connection, but until she passed away, but there was no um real like connection. Oh, she tells us she's Hispanic. I don't know. I mean, now that you ask me, I feel maybe I don't know, but I feel like just more of the feeling of her. I did see darker hair. I didn't really like a darker brown hair. It would have been like thick though, and it would have been kind of like up to here when you knew her. And I feel like she passed away from cancer, but I feel like it's more of like I feel like she had something on her, like the reason why I say that is because I feel like she had something on her head, like she passed away from cancer. Um, like I want to put on like a one of those when like older. I don't think she. I don't know when older ladies would like have get their hair done and they didn't want the rain to go on it. They would put these like plastic like bonnets around their head so that hair wouldn't get wet. Yeah, like a bonnet. Yeah, that's what she's kind of. Yeah. Well, your card was find balance. Find the balance between your work, rest, and playtime, and you will have more energy, harmony, and productivity in your life. Take a power nap. You have no idea. I'm sorry. Yeah, this was interesting. I was like, maybe it'll come to you later. It just, I do feel like she would have passed. Did you have somebody pass away? I feel like there's breast cancer. I feel like I'm being told like life things that have happened in. I feel like it's her life. Um, yeah, but just the finding balance of. But well, with her, I feel like I always gotta go back, right? I feel like with her, maybe I did misunderstand something sometimes, like but I do think that you knew her in some aspect. I don't feel like it's a relative though. Like, no, I don't feel like it's a mom. I don't feel like it's your mom. Um, but the reason why I don't feel that is I don't feel like a deep connection with her. I feel like you have, maybe, if you did, if that's maybe you didn't have one, but that's why I don't feel like she's like, this is my mom. I feel like there's just like more of she's just kind of in and out of your life here and there. You would kind of like touchstones. So, um, of knowing her, like you knew her, and she's around you. So, um, but I feel like there's is there like a connection? Not her with her. We're just talking about like, is there like a feeling that you? I feel like you personally have. Do you feel like there's people around you that you don't know? Sometimes, like they kind of follow. Are you like? Are you? Do people gravitate to you? I'm not saying that they're anything negative. I'm just saying like, do people kind of gravitate to you? Have you been to like a haunted not a haunted I don't want to say weird, but like a haunted house or something, or like or a place that has a lot of like energy and you feel kind of like like are people normally gravitated to you? I think there's just maybe spirits might do that sometimes, like if there's a like do you work in an area? Yes, okay. Do you work in an area like a nursing home or something? Because I feel like maybe or around you know what I mean. I don't know. I just feel like there's just like they kind of gravitate towards you, and maybe there's just kind of like are interest. Sometimes they just feel connection to you in some way, and um, they do. Okay, so it makes sense. Okay, um, I've never felt that before. It was like I don't. It felt weird saying because I don't really think there's like what these people say that I think negative ones can if you believe in it and you want to believe that then they can, but I don't think if you know that you're protected and you're not going down that lower frequency, those they're not gonna, it's more so people just it's how you it's just because of you're a good person, they want to be around you and they just you know it's just something about that, which is good, they just you know and then the card is just indicating like I don't know, it's fascinating. So, but but the card is indicating like with you is just to take that time for yourself, and I think that's good. Well, thank you, see through. Man, getting me all the presents today. Um, thank you. I see. So, Julia, just you know, like they say, I always say this analogy, but like putting your oxygen mask on, you have to put it on yourself before you can put it on other people because um, you can't save everybody if you're not helping yourself, So I think it's that, and just knowing your worth isn't what you do for others, but it's just that you're amazing already. But yeah, I do feel like there is a something about this that it is like embodying that feeling that you have of spirit and working with it. I think you have in some aspects, but and you might be thinking of doing it more. So I think it's just them showing that you are feeling people around you, they are around you, and that you should, um, like put your put your toes in, or put more of your leg in, I guess, into it than you have. I guess is what they're saying. So, but it's also taking that balance of knowing what you can do, enjoying, that making sure you have enough energy in your for yourself. Okay, I'm glad. Sure, Ange. I think I got. Thank you, Julia, for coming, and I appreciate you wading through that with me. That was kind of interesting. um, sure, Ange, you'll be the last one. I think there's somebody on. Let's see. What's her name? Oh, Kane Masson is on YouTube, and or one of the channels, and I'll read them, and then I'll read you, and you'll be the last one. The last one. Last but not least will be Ange. Okay. If Kane is still on there, I think I'm saying it right. Yeah, Kane. Yeah, on. Oh, maybe it's on. Yeah, on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. It repeats like all the things. All right, let me see. Well, getting. We'll do spirit guides. Maybe it's not right. Not here. I want to say he, but I don't know. You're welcome, Kane. Yay! Thanks for waiting. Appreciate it. Sometimes you never know. Sometimes I do quick readings. I never do quick readings. What am I saying? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Sister. It's so nice of you. Oh, I got cats. I love cats. Oh, good. All right. We're doing spirit guides. Your animal spirit guides. All right. Act on the opportunity that's before you and commit to it without whatever, equavation, whatever. Ugh. Yeah, that falcon. I know the word, I just can't say it. I'm gonna add like different syllables to it and stuff. Equavocation. Okay. Um. Yeah, it's just like I feel like you can see. I feel like the what's happening is there's it's like months ahead. This I feel like there's a solution to something that you know is gonna happen. I feel like it has to do with well, there's like I feel like there's a couple issues happening in your life right now. I feel like it's one with work, and I feel like there's one with like your house. Um, I wanted to say your relationship, but then I was like, no, your house. So it's like with work. I feel like you're gonna. Are you changing like your job like in the like in a couple months? There's like gonna be like the it's like you can see where you're gonna jump and the spot you're gonna jump to, but it's like way over here, and it's like a fine little dot, and it's like yeah, I know exactly how I'm gonna get there. It's just like a long trajectory. So stupid. I don't know why, but yeah, that's what it's like. And then I don't know why it feels that way. It just feels that way. It's like it's just gonna plop right, and you're gonna be right there, and it's gonna work out for work. But for your house, I feel like it's kind of like a, there's something about your house. I feel like you're thinking about moving, selling, but not knowing where to go. Like there's not as much of a center point. I feel like there's a change that needs to happen. I feel like this is around you. I feel like this is you. See like do you have like a teenager? Um I feel like this is happening now. And then I also feel like there's a male in spirit. And there's like I feel like it's like a father, definitely a mentor. I feel like it is like somebody that you really looked up to, and a lot of oh, this is all spot on. Okay, okay. Like I'm just following it. That's all I'm doing. I'm just going, like, okay, like because sometimes I like question myself. But yeah, like I feel like there's a mentor in spirit. I feel like it's like feels like he could have been a father figure more so, but I feel like he would have really like he's somebody you really like respected and really like his word and what he said mattered to you. And I get chills saying that. Like there was like it mattered a lot. Um Even if sometimes he was talking out of one end, and but it didn't matter because it was the reason why he did it. There was a reason for it. It wasn't just because he wanted to do it. It's because he was trying to elicit a response from you to move, if this makes sense. Um, so it was understood why he would have said something, even though if it wasn't true, he was saying it because it was to get you to maybe don't know that, and he's trying to tell you now, but I feel like he was trying to get you to just I don't want to say react, but to go, move, to move. Uh, I feel like the teenager, I feel like there's like sports involved. Like I feel like there's a lot of like activity going on there. I think it's just evidence around you of what's going on, and I feel like that the male in spirits, you know, you can take who he is. I feel like I said, I don't feel like he's a father, but maybe it's just because of the role he played. If he was your father, he just felt more of a mentor role, more so than a. Um, I mean, there's love there, but in a different aspect, if you know what I mean. Um, I feel like stress is an issue sometimes, and like it can like mess with your gut, and I don't know. Valerian root. I don't know what that is, but okay, that's what they said. So I don't know if that even helps with your gut, but I don't know anything. I just know that's what they said, and I'm not a medical doctor. I don't even know. I think I've heard of that. I can't remember what it helps with, but just something about finance and just making sure you're growing yourself. Um, oh, okay, from your childhood. Okay, stories from your childhood makes sense because it did feel like it was. There's something about like making sure that you're investing. Yeah, and I just that's all. I mean, like I feel like there's something about that. That's what I asked for a present from spirit, and he's saying invest. I don't know. So I'm gonna leave his love with you. That's all I can get. I couldn't sense what he passed away from. I thought maybe something with his stomach, but then I felt that was more with you. So I don't really. I was getting confused with that. Maybe it was with him, not you. But um, well, thank you, Kane. I think there's just something about your son. I feel like as a your teenage son, or maybe as a teen, maybe it's you as a teen. But I feel like there's just something about a teen, and he's just very proud of that kid. I don't know if that's you or if that's your son now, but it's or if they're he's talking about both. I don't know. It's just like showing that how similar you two are. But yeah, he's just very proud of that. So do you have stress that causes? Oh, okay. And it says, okay. I'm really resonating with you. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. I appreciate you, and I'm glad that resonated with you. Glad Spirit could come through, and I just happy that they provide the connection and show you that they're still here. And they're very much around you and love you, and I hope that helps. I don't no clue what Valerian root does, so it's just all of a sudden they're talking about Valerian roots. I don't know what the hell, but but thank you so much for coming and waiting for your reading. I appreciate it. I'm glad I could, Spirit come through for you. So that's all I can do is be the conduit for that, and I'm happy to do that for you. All right, yeah. There's just a lot of um, pride in you, and yeah, I think it's, it's like, I feel like that's like those, that feeling that they're giving me is like what they want you to feel for yourself. I do feel like you do feel that, but sometimes you can get wrapped up in things, and just know that really proud of you, and you are embodying, um goodness, and I don't know, what I mean? It's like you are doing what you can, so be kind to yourself. You're welcome. Thank you so much. All right. Ange. Ange. The other Angie. The short Angie to me. She's probably taller than me. I'm 5'3". So. Only 5'3". Like in the Sir Mix-a-Lot song. 5'3". All right, Ange, you want to Alice in Wonderland card? You're 4'11"? Oh, it's funny. Oh, man. Here, I thought you were taller than me. I guess that makes sense. You do have the shorter name. Huh. Yes, Alice. Wonderland. I think I remembered you saying you liked Alice in Wonderland. Okay. So it makes sense. That's why you have the shorter name than me. You have the 2 letters off. Because I'm 5'3", you're 4'11", so you have to have a shorter name. Okay. Well, you don't fit the Sir Mix-a-Lot song then, where he's like, only she's 5'3". That's why I like saying I'm 5'3". Sir Mix-a-Lot. I sing that in karaoke all the time. Yeah. Okay. All right, Edge. Let's see. I want to pull this one too. Okay. Okay. And you will make it through this. Shine bright like a candle. Not like a diamond, but like a candle. And flower energies, fairy energies, elemental messengers. So I feel like there's been messages for you showing you that, I feel like it's not like, I feel like there isn't like a huge issue happening right now. Like, I don't feel like there's like like it says like you'll make it through this, like something like really bad has happened, but I don't feel like it's a bad thing. I think it's more of like trying to get through, like, I think there's decisions to be made, and I feel like they're just saying, shine bright like a candle, like, like, kind of like light the way, on, like, your own intuition will light the right path for you to go down. I think, I feel like you have this feeling already, but I think there's just, you know over talk and things, kind of, you know mental, like, questions, and but I feel like the nature communication, I feel like what they're saying is it's not, I think there has been the synchronicities that have been showing you that everything will be fine. It's just that you have to pay attention to them and trust yourself. This is a trust. It's like, like, it's lots of busyness. Yeah. Lots of feathers. Oh, all right. So yeah. Okay. Fairy energies, feathers. Throwing them. Yeah, just a lot of, yeah, synchronicities. Um, guide, messages. And I feel like they're just constantly, they're just trying to, like, give you the reassurance, and it's like, it's like, pay attention to it. You know. Just the over, stop allowing that over, like, thinking and worrying and stuff like that. Oh, fairy wings. See through gave you fairy wings. There you go. Like, that's a oh, you gave me. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, see through. Really appreciate it. So yeah. I feel like definitely like a male in spirit around you, and I feel like it's like a feels like a father energy. More so like an uncle too. Your dad, yeah. Your dad have a brother or a close friend? It might be like somebody you knew. I feel like you knew him when you were younger. I think your dad. Yeah, I don't remember giving what your readings were, but I'm not trying to remember. But it's like if I repeat myself, sorry. Well, it's a spirit. It's not me. But I feel like your dad was like, like very strong, like uh, like masculine in a way, like kind of like um, I want to say like tough, like kind of like um, not like a I'm gonna beat up people type thing, but like more so just like he's just a tough guy. He's like a like I mean like in real life I don't think he I think he was like kind of strict. Oh, it's a close friend that passed, yeah. I feel like he was kind of strict. I feel like he was kind of but loving and his own way. I think it was just like kind of like like there was rules and there was but I feel like there was because you a girl he was more apt to be like kind of let things slide more with you. My were you like the youngest too? I feel like I don't know why I'm getting like a younger vibe. Maybe I feel like a younger, and then feeling like he just like I don't know why it's like he feels really tough, but then when you look at you, there would be like a soft smile. His last child, okay, yeah, and like a softer smile. Like you could bring out that in him in some way, um, more so, where before he'd be kind of like a tough. I don't want to make it seem like yeah, but it's did he wear like I feel like there's like he had a like I don't know why like a leather jacket or like a black jacket. It feels like leather to me. It could be pleather, you know how that works. But like a feels like that and it feels like a oh, yeah. Like he loved wearing black. Yeah. I just felt like I feel like even when I wasn't one to like even wear that when it was cooler out, even though it didn't have a lot of warmth, you wear it. Like I could feel them like kind of like I feel like he would have said darling for some reason. It's like he's saying like darling, my like yeah. Yeah, and all I can feel is his energy, and it's not. I'm like trying to get into it more, but I feel like I'm just no. Oops. Hopefully, I didn't turn anything off. But I feel like he said like called you a name. It felt like it's a like darling, but it might be. Um, and I feel like he gave you something, like a. Did he give you like a charm bracelet? Like you, I feel like you have something that he gave you, and I don't feel like and I feel like he knows that you have it. I don't feel like you wear it very often, but I feel like you have that, and it's like a charm bracelet, and I feel like he knows that you keep it. And are you gonna like? I feel like you like just something about his name too. I don't know. It's just, he knows like I feel like you've heard his name recently, and then you've you've thought of just recently like somebody had the same name as him, and then you thought of him something about his name. It makes me feel like you heard it recently, and that yeah. Um, he just wants you to to do what you love, and I feel like there's something about that that you need to know. Like he wants you to do that. I just realized I've been on for 3 hours and I didn't even realize. Okay. That's why I've just been with spirit this whole time. Uh, like I'm like, what? It's been 3 hours. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's why I can't. You're welcome, Ange. like, I'm like, whoa. I just looked at the. I don't have a timer on this. I have one over here on TikTok. The TikTok one over here. I was like, whoa, it's 2 hours and 58 minutes. All right. Well, it's all right. I feel fine. Okay. Well, Ange, I'll leave his love with you. And I'm sorry I couldn't bring more through, but I think it's just something to the feeling of having him around and knowing he's around you. So yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you see through for all the gifts and everybody for liking the live and doing all this coming, and I appreciate you all, and um I will see you again on Sunday at 3 o'clock. So I'll see you then. All right, you guys, leave the love spirit with you all. You have a good one. Bye.